All right, this video is all about the downfall of live Fortnite events. Let's see exactly what has caused the downfall of the live events on Fortnite.
Let's go! From the first ever event with the rocket launch to some crazy concerts like the Travis Scott event, live events in Fortnite have been revolutionary for gaming and have set the tone for what live events should actually look like. But recently, a lot of the events have been a little bit hit or miss. And I will say this, a lot of people think the most recent event, which was the finale of Chapter 3, was not that great and honestly a huge step down from what we're used to in live Fortnite events. So today I'm reacting to a video from Top 5 Gaming called The Rise and Fall of Fortnite Events.
In 2018, Fortnite decided to stand out from all Battle Royale games by secretly adding a comet in the sky. The developers didn't
not just Battle Royale games, all games in general.
Decoration or a cool effect, but then it started getting closer. Day after day, the meteor hurtled towards the island, creating this almost magical feeling that something was about to change the game forever. And it did.
Those meteors cost me a couple games.
Yeah, and I feel like also to go along with what he's saying, like the events in Fortnite, the story kind of feels like it's dwindled the last couple seasons. Like, I don't really know what's going on. Where we left off was the what I remember was the 7 got lost somewhere and we were trying to find them, and so I don't really even know what's going on right now, because the live events just really haven't been there. The last one we had was the Herald event, and that was a pretty big letdown, honestly.
Yeah, it's like a low hum, right? What the hell is it? I just saw a star.
The surprise, the build-up, and the experience with friends made this
that one just almost hit me.
Moment. But somehow, years later, this magic has disappeared. Fracture wasn't just any live event. It was a chapter launch.
Yeah.
Most fans argue it was the worst event Fortnite has ever done.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I think it was. I mean, there were some events that were like a little bit smaller in the past, but in the past our expectations were a lot lower, and now our expectations are pretty high. So a chapter ending event, the way that one played out, it was really bad. Like, even if you had low expectations, it somehow went lower.
But
yeah,
why? This
absolutely.
downfall of live events started way before Chapter 4, and in my opinion, can still be fixed. To understand how to make them feel special again, we have to learn from the event that made them special to begin with.
The rocket launch.
Looking into the stars, we had an actual rocket on the map now. You could go up to it, take photos with it, and most players were panicking about what would happen next. You had to be in game at the perfect moment or you'd miss it, so everyone rushed online. For the first time ever, people actually stopped shooting. We all joined together to watch the rocket blast.
Everybody just stops fighting and watches the rocket.
And back then, the events were like in the normal battle royale, so you could just get shot and killed. But most people didn't shoot and kill, unless you were the guy who got the world record for most kills in a game by chopping off a bunch of players. If you know, you know.
Oh my god!
Everyone waited in suspense, wondering what Fortnite could do next, not realizing they were about to raise the bar even higher. On a normal summer day, we were all just enjoying the game when Epic hit us with the most unexpected event of all time.
Bro, is this an event? What
That happened in the middle of the tournament.
happened?
That happened in the middle of the tournament.
Nothing in
That's
comparison
crazy.
to a cube that deflected bullets and
So
killed
like they didn't even say anything about it. They just put it on there. That's nuts.
its path. This was more than just a prop. Now events were giving us actual characters, and so we immediately fell in love with Kevin. Every few hours he would move,
Kevin
which
the
inspired
Cube.
so many people to create live streams dedicated.
See, I'm trying to think, when is the last time we had like an object get added that was like sort of interactable and linked to an event? Like, the map changed at times and we had the chrome spreading and a bunch of stuff happening to the map. But I guess like the cubes, when they came back in Chapter 2 Season 8.
Finally, he was approaching the lake, and once again, everyone rushed to be a part of his journey ending.
It's melting. It's melting. Look at all of Blue Lake. Go!
And you can just bounce on it.
Just looking back at this makes me feel
I missed that event,
nostalgic,
actually.
and it shows how special these events were. Not only was this the build up to Fortnite'S 2018, but it also created the theme of Season 6, which was about to take the story even further. The cube wasn't rolling around anymore.
Blue Island from Chapter 4.
Feel wide that you could land on. It was perfect storytelling as this floating island became more unstable, and considering how attached we were to Kevin, everyone was nervous. With Loot Lake, Fortnite proved they could change a POI in the middle of a game, and now
Yeah.
Doing it constantly with the
Because that the Loot Lake change wasn't like a live event. It just kind of just happened.
Little did we know, the upcoming event wouldn't just affect Kevin, it would change the entire map.
God? What? Am I dead?
What is this? Look at all these people.
It's a butterfly. It is.
I'm going for it, dude. Tomato
Oh
man.
my
Oh,
gosh. What? It's mine.
I have it. I took it.
This was the first time we'd seen anything like this, and by now, Fortnite was known as the only game on Earth that could pull this off.
5 years later, it's still the only game. I've seen some attempts at live events in other games, but nothing even close to what Fortnite has done.
Expectations
Fortnite's
were through
crazy,
the roof.
bro.
Epic had raised the bar.
Nobody can count out Fortnite. Like Fortnite, I don't care if you think it's a kid's game, whatever. There's no age limit on gaming, okay? So you can play whatever fucking game you want. The thing is, nobody can count out Fortnite and say, oh, it's a shitty game. They have done so much, and especially with the new Fortnite Creative 2.0 mode. Like, come on. You're telling me that Fortnite's like old now? Get out of here.
Every single time. But with Kevin out of the picture, a new character needed introducing. Except this time, it was the Ice King. We weren't as curious about this guy compared to Kevin, which should have been a warning sign from the very beginning. As the countdown hit 0, we held our breath in anticipation.
Oh, he's doing something.
Oh, what the hell?
Uh-oh.
I missed this event too, unfortunately.
This was so cool, bro.
Snowy now. It's an ice storm.
Is that
That's
it?
what I said.
Where's the dragons?
Where is the dragon?
After having our minds blown by the butterfly event, the Ice King seemed a little underwhelming.
And, yeah, it was a little underwhelming, but for the time, it was still kind of crazy.
Impressive to see him cover the island in snow, but it was too predictable. By now, the reputation was so good that millions of people were watching these events, and it backfired massively. The servers couldn't handle it anymore. Even if you were 30 minutes early, you would struggle to log in.
Yeah.
And this left many players salty.
You have to be like an hour early.
It was the first time Epic
That's why we always get on early chat and we play a few games before the event.
had truly messed up, and the pressure was on to redeem themselves with one of the greatest events of all time.
Mech vs. Monster?
Story. They decided to focus on an experience that would make headlines. Fortnite was now the most popular game on the
Marshmallow.
planet. They needed to go big or go home. The only way to do that.
This event and the Travis Scott concert event were probably the best events known to date. From what I've just heard from the community overall and Fortnite in general. I wasn't there for either of them, unfortunately. I missed both again. I'm a big misser of the events apparently, but from my understanding, those were the two best events.
That was by contacting Marshmallow and revealing the Showtime concert. What we all thought would be a lighthearted collab turned out to be a full-scale event with visual effects and Marshmallow talking to us. It was
Super underrated for its time.
never seen anything like it, and everyone.
I feel like a lot of people forget the Marshmallow
This
concert.
is when Fortnite totally played us. For the next few months, we all paid attention to the huge volcano POI that was on the map, and imagined how cool it would be if it erupted.
I honestly liked this the change with the, what was it, Season X? I thought it was a good season. It was kind of underwhelming because I think the lack of content they put in that season. However, like the island change and everything was cool.
These theories were debunked when the actual buildup began, as we had to work together as a community to solve puzzles and unlock the vault. Each rune had a different way to solve it, and it was a teaser for just how interactive the event was gonna be. As the doors opened, the unvaulting was revealed.
Get in! I'm in. Everyone voted for the drum gun. I can't believe it. It was so mid too. Like,
Oh my God!
what's happening?
They're all beating the shit out of everything in here.
Is there like a bar that's going up or anything?
No, we got Dr. Lupo voting for the drum gun.
There's like a crystal ball as well. Do you see that? No! Satan is what have we done?
Uh-oh. We're all floating up.
Going back up.
Now, this is where everyone's theories actually came true. It wasn't just a way to unvault the drum gun, it was a grand finale for the volcano to deliver a
I always forget that the unvaulting event and the volcano happened in the same event. That's kind of crazy.
Gonna hit me!
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Yup.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's gone.
Epic kept the momentum going with their most ambitious event of Chapter 1. It started with a creepy eye that stalked.
This is one of my favorite events. Mech vs. Monster Part 1 was one of my favorites.
Excited or terrified, and that's when it broke free.
That
only
was
to
a good
disappear
event.
in
The
ocean.
Mech Monster,
At the same
Mech
time,
versus
a huge
Monster.
robot was being constructed at the volcano, and we connected the dots to figure out a final showdown was approaching. It hadn't even started, and it was already memorable. Nobody knew who would win the fight, and as the clock reached 0, our minds were blown.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh my god.
Current kids, they had Logan Paul versus KSI, but the OGs, we had Monster versus Mech.
Back, no, north, north, north.
Oh my god, bro, this is actually insane.
Oh, he's running.
Oh my god!
They're like flying across the whole map too, which is crazy.
Wait, oh my god, what's he picking up?
He's taking the statue. Oh my god, it's a sword. It's a sword. It's a sword. Oh! Yes! Yes!
We were so hyped.
Now has been unpredictable, keeping
was
us
pretty
on the
lit.
edge of our seats and putting on an incredible performance. That's when the Chapter 1 finale was announced. We had no idea what to expect, and the mystery of something
This
called
is the
end was
end.
exciting on
Oh,
its own.
man.
The only image was the island waving goodbye to the bus driver.
The music
and it
track
kinda
for this
felt
event was
permanent.
probably,
This
it's
had
just
a completely
iconic.
different atmosphere. Fortnite actually
Iconic, one of my
convinced us
favorite
that it
music
might be
tracks.
shutting down for good. So as we watched the rockets blast off, the only thing left to do was enjoy the ride.
How many rockets is this? The meteor's powering up.
Oh, this is gonna blow it up!
It's going to the 0 point. It's going to the 0 point.
Oh my god. Oh, oh my god.
Their reactions were way overacted. But I love it. It's just funny.
The comment's up!
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Especially
it's crazy to
Courage.
think that I was wearing this, like that skin, and like that was the last time we were on the Chapter 1 map. Like this was the last time we were ever gonna be on the Chapter 1 map.
Dude, I'm off the map. Oh my god.
Looking back makes us feel so nostalgic.
And then you got
honestly,
the
left
black hole.
wondering, where did it all go wrong? We stared at this black hole full of excitement and hope.
Chapter 2 did have really good events though.
But it didn't exactly go as planned. As we were thrown into Chapter 2, it was already off to a pretty rocky start. Fortnite announced a Star Wars event, and we should have paid more attention because this was the first sign that things were beginning to crash.
They've had several Star Wars events in Fortnite since then, which is still crazy. Like how often Star Wars gets included.
That was the only event that I crashed out of and had to watch it from someone's perspective. But I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm not really too upset about that.
For a few minutes, there was hope. A huge intro with Star Wars music, ships flying around,
Wasn't it just like
Millennium Falcon making a grand
a TV screen everybody was watching?
I
As
remember
it
this
turned into
one.
a talk show with J.J. Abrams.
I was
where he
actually there
featured a
on this
clip from
one.
The movie. As a send-off, it
was like a commercial.
But despite some positives, the fans walked away feeling disappointed and said this was nothing more than an ad. Just like in Chapter 1, any sign of a bad event was immediately followed up by a concert, and it made everyone forget what happened, this time better than ever. Travis Scott took the stage,
This is-
or so we thought. As he arrived on a huge planet, the fake stage
This
was
might be
destroyed.
like
This
number
moment,
one
we
of
knew
all time. Like
Astronomical was
even
about
though
to break the
even though
internet.
Monster vs. Mech is my favorite,
We loved over the years, and
objectively speaking, this one might be number one of all time.
Space, warping the island, and even sending us underwater. To this day, it's still the most popular event in Fortnite history, and it's the biggest virtual concert of all time. It's probably
Dang.
why
That's
we ignored the
crazy.
signs, because Epic always found a way to redeem themselves.
Biggest virtual concert of all time, chat. Can you guys believe that? That's insane to even think about. Like, is that counting actual virtual concerts like in real life? That's just crazy.
themselves in the end, or so we thought. Trying to follow up something like Astronomical was gonna be a challenge, so they decided to go back to their roots with the device event.
This one was good.
Classic ingredients, an evolving POI,
And the
Yeah, I
big,
liked this
Slightest
event.
villain, and tons of hype. That's all you need.
I
for
liked
success.
this
Tsunami Storm
this
was, like,
chapter.
terrifying and really scary. Why is Courage wearing the ninja wig?
Oh boy. Did they just troll us?
Wait a
Oh,
second.
default skin. Dude, we're glitching in and out of the Matrix, bro. Is that
The
it?
ninja wig.
That's gotta be it.
For the first time ever, players finished an event and said, "Is that it?" Instead of being mysterious, players were more so confused. Maybe it's because of how insane Travis Scott was, but
It's kind of hard to follow Travis Scott. Bro, seeing those big sharks in the water, like the really big ones, I don't like that. Like, that scares me.
Feeling was starting to grow as we prepared for a huge battle against Galactus. Epic was teasing this as the biggest event yet, so obviously we were hyped, especially when the villain is planet-sized. There was a lot of potential here, and with seconds to go, it was time for the Devourer.
I remember that one.
He's gonna swipe us, bro. He's gonna. So he did really backhand smack us. That's where the 0 point is. It's under the ruins.
No!
Oh shoot! It's fighting back. It's fighting back. He can't control it.
Oh, dude, what is going on? It's really a black hole.
Black hole? Black hole? I'm in the battle bus!
It's way too early in the morning for this.
Shooting him with the battle bus, that's crazy.
Like, I thought it was gonna go from like bus to like powers to something else.
Once again,
Do I feel like maybe we're a little spoiled? I remember the Galactus event being kind of cool. I mean, we are a little spoiled. Our expectations just, we expect Epic to keep improving. So when they drop the bar a little bit, it does hurt.
underwhelming feeling was still in the back of our minds. There's so many great things to say about this event, but people thought it was mostly anticlimactic and far too predictable. Put it simply, Galactus felt like the world's easiest boss fight.
He was really easy to kill though.
Continue to snowball. The downward spiral was becoming more obvious, and Fortnite had to come up with a solution. The Zero Crisis finale sounded great at first. In fact, Epic got the Russo brothers to direct some of it.
See, I wasn't a huge fan of the single player event for season 6. Like it's a cool idea, but the community experience is what was severely
for
lacking.
sure.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, like I love jumping into the events with my friends and family or something and just having fun together, you know, experiencing it together. That's the best part.
And so as it began, our excitement skyrocketed. The Russo's cutscene was beautiful, action-packed, and fully warmed us up for what was to come. As it ended, the gameplay began, and it was a disaster. You weren't able to do this with your friends because it was a solo event, and this is where they totally missed the mark. You just followed NPCs and closed portals for a few minutes, which got old pretty quick, but thankfully there was a reason to stick around. As the music got louder, the grand finale was about to begin.
Whoa! You don't have to do this.
Is he gonna die for us? I'm going up. Okay, Jones is now back. That's good.
Oh!
Jones, we won't get another chance. You need to seal off the 0 point and overload the device.
No!
Damn, Nick, relax.
I remember.
Bro was actually distraught.
I remember this
While it was
event.
memorable, the magic just wasn't there. You could argue it wasn't playing with your friends or the tasks being
I think that was the main
but
thing.
It was pretty easy to shrug off after the multiple insane events before this. Now it was time for the annual concert, and Ariana Grande stepped up to the stage as the headliner.
I missed this one too.
But as the event began, it seemed all over the place. There was a random memory scan at the beginning, followed by 2 songs from Juice WRLD and Sia, and then a boss fight with the Storm King. Just like Galactus.
Wait, all this happened in the Ariana event? We fought the Storm King? I feel like I forgot a lot of the events.
Only had to point and shoot. It was nothing new. And after 5 minutes, the Ariana concert finally began. The music was great, the visuals were stunning, and that magic of Fortnite felt like it returned. Epic were rewarding our patience, and now they just needed to keep that momentum. Operation Skyfire was their next test, and nobody knew what to expect. Would Chapter 2 be carried by collabs, or would Fortnite prove themselves?
Whoa, what is this?
Wait, is it
What are we?
zombies? Is there zombies here?
Yo, look at this UFO right here.
What is this?
The aliens.
Oh yeah, the aliens.
Okay. The reaction when all the cubes lit up was kind of crazy.
Why is ours? Oh!
Okay, but this should have changed the map. This huge UFO exploding should have 100% changed the map.
It should have.
There were just like a few pieces of UFOs spread around. Like,
Is Iron Man gonna save us this time?
look at this.
Yo! Now that's a cinematic in Fortnite.
Instantly, this was loved by the fans. It was tense, mysterious, and included the greatest plot twist Epic has ever done. We were so happy that the game was back to normal, but unfortunately, it would only last a few more months. Season 8 was about to end, and this came with a lot of pressure. After the success of the Black Hole, they knew they had to get this right. We all wondered how they could possibly live up to the first end event, but maybe we shouldn't have doubted them.
I wish this event didn't get leaked. Like the flip. that was a great reveal.
Like the island.
Yeah, the rock coming into the game. What the heck?
Oh my god!
If it says to be continued, I'm gonna be so mad, bro.
This is it. Blackout. Black hole.
It was mesmerizing, and for the first time, it felt like an actual movie. Not just because The Rock was in it, but how insane the island flip was. At this point, all doubt was completely gone. Everyone was excited for Chapter 3, and what could possibly be better than this? The answer, though, was nothing.
Chapter 3 was insane.
We didn't know it yet, but Fortnite was about to ruin everything. For years, we were building.
Wait, have we gotten a good event since then?
7 and the IO, and it was now time for them to clash. We have been waiting for this.
Oh yeah, the mech versus monster wasn't bad. It was good.
This was
right.
Bringing back characters like the mecha team leader and introducing fresh faces with the origin, and
it was a little predictable, but
promising. They even started it from space, but they spent so much time hyping up Collision, it became their downfall.
You got the thing in your stomach a little bit? Like oh,
Yeah. Wait, put it for me. Hold your fire.
Hold your fire.
Oh, he's slow.
Yeah, I remember this event. I was actually there for this one.
She just died.
Wait, who is that?
0 to 10. Where's combo?
To be continued.
The story of the event turned out to be incredibly confusing. With
It
the
was a little
actual
confusing.
ending being revealed in a comic months later. People were disappointed.
That was
after
weird.
Realizing the gameplay was just pointing and shooting again. So much potential had been lost, giving us
I
that
liked
same
the
feeling
event.
from all those years ago. What's crazier is how Chapter 3 only had one other live event.
The interactive stuff is cool, but really quickly, the interactive stuff feels like you're just playing a mini game. I think they need to tune that back a little bit and go back to like the spectacle where we watch something insane happen, but we watch something insane happen on our map, like on the map that we are playing battle royale. Things unfold in the first mech versus monster when the mech went to Neo tilted and pulled out the statue, which was a sword.
That was crazy.
Like the event interacting with the map that we played for a few months, whereas like if you take us off the map, you kind of lose us. And if it starts becoming an interactive thing, I think more watching, less interactive, more with the map actually happening.
That was the finale. In the past, Epic put their heart and soul into these, and because of that, there were some huge expectations. From Black Hole to Island Flip, what was next? The stars aligned for this to be their ultimate redemption, but sadly, it turned out to be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this was the Herald event was terrible.
And quests.
This is such a weird event.
Yeah, I didn't like this event at all.
This was so weird, bro.
So, wait, was it not really even an event then? You're
We just ran around and did a bunch of random shit on the map, and or like to combine the map back together, and that was about it. I thought it was the worst event ever.
There wasn't even an event though.
Millions of people consider this to be one of the worst events Fortnite has ever made. Months of build-up were shrugged off, and clearly something went wrong in production with unanswered questions, deleted scenes in the files. It just left a weird impression on all of us. We're officially at an all-time low. Gone are the days of revolutionary in-game experiences that make your whole squad speculate and have no idea what's coming next. It now feels like the best parts are in cutscenes, and we can't even trust them because it could be undone by a comic a few weeks later. If Fortnite truly wants to fix events in the future, it needs to be a community experience.
I agree.
110%.
Great amount of build-up, but most importantly, it just can't be basic point and shooting that doesn't even matter because you'll beat it anyway. Love to hear your suggestions.
I completely agree. This is a great video, guys. Go show some love to Top 5 Gaming.
Absolutely, 100% agree. Needs to be community driven and needs to be more of a spectacle. Let me know your comments down below on this video and what you would like to see in upcoming events. Hey guys, if you like the video, make sure you head over to the page, hit that like button, scroll over, smash that subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified for future video drops, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.